If we look, and I'm going to take the UK as a model here, if we look, mis-selling of PPI insurance, LIBOR scandal, hedge fund products, bankers' bonuses, are the public right in believing that there is a stench in the banking sector that still has not been fully routed?
Well, I mean, first of all, in 2007, many recognized that things have to change. I mean, I was the chairman of the Global Bank Association. We issued a paper at the time, best practices and lessons to be learned, and which then started to be implemented, and we even monitored that on a global scale. But, you know, many of the legal cases, of course, stayed back before the financial crisis. But I have to say that if I may say, because it's very important, I mean, you can have two attitudes. Either you ask yourself what is morally and ethically correct, and even if the rules would allow certain transactions, you would not do them because you think it's not right. Or you say, well, I comply with the rules, but I go as far as the rules allow me to do so. And I would say in the banking culture, especially in a very small part of it, primarily in the sales and trading culture, some people felt we should fully exploit the open space in order just to comply with the rules. And I think that has to change, that you ask. And I must say, in my own or in my previous bank, when I heard at an AGM that we are, for instance, financing companies which produces cluster ammunition, I stopped that immediately. But with a lot of resistance internally, because people felt it's not forbidden, so why should it? And the same is a bit with agricultural commodities and many things like that. So in that sense, if you have a feeling that things are not right, you should not do it. And I think that is probably the lesson we have to learn, and that has to be built into the incentive scheme.
In banking, what ethical values? Do you push it as hard as you can, or what you can just about get away with, or what is right?
Well, I mean, I think the lesson to it, do only what if people do it to you, you wouldn't like to be done. So in that sense, I think that's the easiest answer I can give. We have maximized profitability sometimes by just complying with the rules, but really not asking ourselves, is that right if everybody does it? And that's why we have moved into some sort of a herd behavior. But I have to admit that it's not that easy, because you also want to be a winner in the industry. And the competitive landscape should never be underestimated. That when in the 90s, I changed the formula-driven contract of a well-known team at the time, and people left and joined another bank. I was criticized, by the way, by the media and by clients of losing the best people. So I think we all have to understand that if we change values in such a way, that we also support that and applaud that, and not criticize people for doing this.